What is up, guys? I am Tyler Hosley, and we are back for the final episode of Euphoria, guys. I am crying tears right now. There's like a tear rolling down my cheek. It's very upsetting.
Yep, it's the end of my private Tyler time, which I've been enjoying so much. It's going to make me really sad. I am Craig, Team Lexi Pay, and last one, the finale, the big one. T.
This went by so fucking fast. It's like shocking how fast this season went by. But I
It
mean,
did.
it's crazy because I'm used to TV shows having like, I mean, in this era of television, you're lucky to get 10 episodes out of a show. But back in
Yeah.
the day, there was like 20 fucking episodes in like seasons. Like I was just like watching the first season of The Shield. There's like 25 episodes in that fucking season. That's fucking crazy. And that shit don't exist anymore. So now
No.
we're lucky to get 10. So,
Did you have anyone else to discuss Euphoria with before I started watching it?
oh yeah, I have a few buddies at work that watch it.
Okay,
That
I
we
don't like the sound of
discuss it
this,
every.
Tyler. They sound like bad people. Stay away from them.
They're not they're not my wonderful like cinema soulmate
Oh, okay. That's
style.
right.
He straps them into a chair like they're in fucking Clockwork Orange for it, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There's no need to do that with me, Tyler.
No.
One
I
day
would
we'll go
I
back and
would
we'll watch season 1 and 2 again and do minisodes.
I am down with that. Like
I know
severely. Hey,
you are.
we can even cover the COVID specials that they did, which are actually really good too. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend those if you haven't seen those. They're really fucking good. Um, the one with Jules and Rue is just amazing, and it should have been an episode in the actual season. It's that good. So
Yeah. There's a reason I didn't mention Rue in our last episode. Not Rue. God damn it,
Jules,
Jules. Yeah, the reason I didn't mention Jules in the last episode was because she wasn't in it for even a second.
she was not, and
She was not.
it's funny. We're gonna get to all my notes for this here shortly, but Jules is not in a single note, and she's in one scene. So I'm not gonna forget that sequence. I will bring that up. But
Yeah.
Jules did not have much of a character this season. So I mean,
Hunter Schafer
realistically,
was wasted.
yeah, realistically, she doesn't. I mean, I love Hunter Schafer and I love Jules, but she didn't leave much of a mark in this season of Euphoria. So that's why she's not mentioned that much.
Yeah.
But like you said, she wasn't even in a frame of episode 7, so there you go. But the finale. So here we go. This is the season finale, the series finale of Euphoria, which Levinson came
Yep.
out and said today, this is the final episode of Euphoria. There is no coming back from this. So um but yeah, this episode kind of destroyed me, like emotionally, like bad. But so where to fucking start? So this opens up exactly where we left off. Faye screaming out Way's name, and he wakes up, and just Rue grabs that fucking giant ass wrench and just smashes Wayne's leg with a wrench, and then she just straight up fucking clocks Faye in the face. She goes flying back. That was a fucking punch. I mean, that shit goes flying. It was pretty funny. Like I love Faye, but my God, she deserved that punch. It was fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
But so Rouge just starts running down the fucking tunnel and that was connected to Ray's room or Wayne's room, sorry. And she does get out, but she only gets out because Wayne is a fucking terrible shot with that shotgun. He like misses every and that's a shotgun too. I don't know how you would miss that, but he's not a good shot, Wayne. But he is a Nazi, so it probably explains it. But so yeah, Rue she gets out and she starts hightailing it towards G, and Harley comes out with his horse and his lasso and just in full on Western mode. Again, the Western vibes this season have been immaculate. Love the Western vibes. But he lassos Rue. But G fucking with a sniper rifle just shoots that motherfucker on the shoulder, and yeah, and Ray does. I mean Ray and Rue does get away. So
Yeah.
that was a good little scene. It was a really, really good little scene, and I thought Harley was fucking out, but no, he survived that shot because fucking he got a shoulder nicked, but that was a pretty brutal shot.
Once they
But
get
who
in the
knew?
truck and it goes, they go like off road to get away, and they're screaming along this like It's not even a dirt path. I think they're just completely off road. And then who's the guy with Rue in the truck?
Oh, gee.
Yeah, G starts laughing, and then Rue starts laughing. In that, you know, the way that Rue laughs because she's just a bit crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
Rue's
she
laugh is
just starts
amazing.
She starts cracking up, and that was there was a little moment where I felt what was going to happen later on, but I was like, God damn you, Rue! Like, I love you, but you're going to die because you're a fucking lunatic. Like, you're
Yes.
not. You got no self-preservation skills. Like, you shouldn't be laughing. You should be crying at how close you came to death. But she's, she's Rue. Rue's gonna Rue.
If I was just lassoed and pulled and then fucking shot at by Nazis, I wouldn't be laughing. The last thing I'd be laughing
Mm.
is doing is fucking showing a smile after getting shot at by fucking Nazis and fucking lassoed and just it wouldn't happen. But Rue's crazy. That's Rue. So I'll just instead of going in order with this episode, I'll stay on characters. So I'm gonna stay on Rue for a little bit here. So the first half of this episode is totally Rue centric, and for a reason which we'll discuss now. So Rue goes back to Alamo, and Alamo congratulates Rue on a job well done for him, and so he hands her a bottle of pain pills and just tells her to take the week off and relax. And it was this moment I knew that this was the end for Rue because I knew that fucking shit was laced with fentanyl. I fucking knew it because I kept thinking about the parrot and how they put something in the water and I'm like they're going to do the same thing to Rue. This is what's going to happen and I fucking guessed it right there. Um so after that, Rue goes back to Ollie's house to crash on his couch and we get the scene that actually fucking just broke me in this episode. Just yeah, Ollie wakes up in the morning and not so. Well, let me do this part first. So, Ollie walks in on Rue, and Rue's awake eating a bowl of cereal, and she's watching TV, and the news comes on and says Fez has escaped prison with his parkour style, and that made me laugh because God, I wanted that to happen so bad. But
And we got a
the
shot
film,
of it as well. We actually got to see it
yes, that was
happening.
amazing. That was amazing. And that was the only laugh in this whole episode, actually. But so Rue gets in her car and just drives around town to find Fez. And the little flashback of Fez and Rue together just almost brought a fucking tear to my eye. It was wonderful seeing those two together again. That must have been like cut footage from like season 1 or something, or season 1 and 2. It had to have been, or unless it was just like I hate to say the word, but like AI footage of they used of Fez, which I don't think they did, but I don't know.
No,
With that,
I think it's offcuts and
yeah, it didn't look like AI or anything like that. But I was just like, how did they get this footage? But there probably was cut footage from like season 1 or season 2, one of the two, because they did
yeah.
look younger in that episode. So, but but yeah, so Rue's driving the car with her mom. She in this also the scene. There's her driving in the car. She sees herself driving the car with her mother and her sister, and then she sees the moment where she sees Jules on the bike for the first time, that was a great little scene. And then
Mm.
we get Rue going back to her mother's house where she climbs through her bedroom window and sees her mom sitting at the kitchen table, and I knew this had to be a hallucination from this moment, and yep, this was a hallucination of Rue just ODing on Ollie's couch from the laced pills she got from Alamo. And yeah, when Ollie finds Rue's body on the couch, that shit just that shit killed me because and it sucks to say, but Rue's end was always going to be addiction. Like I knew it. Euphoria was always about addiction and its consequences, and Rue dying from it, as bleak as it is, fits with the tone of the series. It really does. Her dying
Yeah.
from her addiction just fits with this tone. It's just that's how Levinson wrote it, and that's how it started, and that's how it ended. So, but it's funny now looking back at the previous episode that we just covered. Ollie writing the names of the people who he sponsored over the years that died from addiction. I mean, they truly telegraphed that Rue wasn't going to survive this episode hard, and I only realize that now because I've seen the episodes back to back. But yeah, it all comes full circle here, and yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's
To the point where it's almost worth, as soon as you're finishing this, going and watching the first episode of season 1, because by the time that episode's finished, you're like, yeah, I know how this person is going to die, because
hmm
cause they're reckless. That's their main fault. They are reckless and self-destructive, and it doesn't make it any sadder. It's just, I
no,
thought Rue was
they are.
toast that first night at Ali's place, and then when he walks in and she's sitting up, I get that sigh of relief. And of course, she goes out and about, and you find out what's actually going on. And yeah, like you said, it was agony waiting for Ali to find her. It was only about 20 seconds, but it was real fucking. It was rough, and you had something personal to mention in the last episode, so I wasn't sure if I was going to mention this, but um, finding someone asleep on the sofa who has died during the night. That's exactly how Danielle, my wife, my late wife, died.
Mhm.
So that weirdly, I as much as that upset me, I think I shut down a little bit when I saw that, because I didn't. My brain was like, no, because if you make that connection, you're just gonna lose your shit. So I found
Mhm.
myself like a little bit like unmoved by it at first, and then later on, when it wasn't that scene, it started to hit me more. But that just, for my own reasons, that one was. I just shut down for that one, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was just, some things are so sad to make you cry, and some things are so sad that you're just fucking sad about it. You're not
Mhm.
crying, you're just fucking sad about it, because her friends, no one's gonna know she was murdered. Her friends are just gonna be like, oh, typical Rube, a drug addict. They're sad about it, but like, we always knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Her mother got the call she's always dreaded, and she thought was always coming. But she was murdered, and it was, I don't know. It was. There's an element to live by the sword, because she'd gone to some dark places this season, but I think what it is there's nothing on the page that could have kept Rue the right side of sympathetic this season. The only thing that
Mhm.
does it is Zendaya, because she's tremendous, and you kind of adore her. As awful as all the awful decisions she makes, she can be so selfish and so self-destructive, and she did not deserve this second act that she had in mind, because she hadn't earned it. She'd just been reacting and cheating this person and cheating this person and fucking over this person. She didn't deserve it, but it was still fucking sad, because Zendaya plays her as such a goof, just such
Mhm.
a goofy little. She's not an idiot. She is an idiot, but she's not stupid. And I don't know, just adored Rue. Yeah, it made me very sad. And it was, I think, to have it happen before the halfway mark of the episode was a smart choice, because I think it makes the next 50 minutes feel fucking heavy. Everything feels heavy from that point
Yeah.
onwards.
It
May
does.
May I chime in on Rue's death as I disagree with
Sure.
Yes.
Tyler? She doesn't
Sure.
die of her addiction, and that's why it's shit. She's murdered
Yeah.
by Alamo. She doesn't die of her addiction. That's what makes it bullshit. If it had been honest and she relapsed, that'd have been great. That would have been perfect. But instead, it's a justification for a goofy ass ending. And that's all it is. It's an afterthought. It is not thought out. It's not well done. I wildly disagree.
Well, you're not wrong, and I do think they telegraphed her death to be this way, because they did it to the parrot, which
Well,
kind
the
of
original Rue
leads.
dies in the Israeli version. I mean, she
Yeah.
was gonna die of overdose no matter what. And anybody
Yeah.
that says she wasn't is lying to you.
Now, see, I didn't watch the Israeli version, so I don't. They obviously didn't go this route with the Israeli version, like with the Alamo and all that stuff like that.
No, that's
So,
just the first season. And it's very close to the first season, but she overdoses at the end of the first season.
oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I still haven't sat down to watch the Israeli version. I got to get to that eventually, because I've heard it's really good. And I've heard season one is almost identical to what Levinson did with this season. So I'm gonna have to watch that one day.
You can't be sure how much whether her addiction it plays into things as well, though, because She didn't have. She was in pain, but she didn't have to take those strong pain pills with her, and she didn't have to have them with her at the time, and she didn't have to be tempted to take one. You know, because
Yeah.
she was never taking it because her hand hurt. She was taking it because she was an addict and they were there. So she was murdered, but you know,
Yeah, I mean,
her
nor
addiction plays in a little.
yeah, it does. And normally, like if you have a cut on your hand, usually the hospital is not going to give you Percocets for a cut on your hand. I mean, not that I know, I haven't been to the hospital with a cut on my hand, so I don't know. But usually they don't, unless it's like a surgical type thing. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't cut my hand and went to the hospital and asked for fucking pain pills before, so I don't know. But yeah, I still think she did die from addiction because, like Craig said, she didn't have to take those. But I get what Dave is saying too, because she
And
was
Alamo
murdered.
didn't like shoot her or murder her in any other way. He gave her those. He gave her, you know, that thing of tablets because he was fairly sure that is what would do it. He was
Yep.
fairly sure he could tempt her with them. And he was right.
Yeah, he knew she was gonna take them because she is an addict. So but there is one thing. A lot of people, nobody here, but a lot of people do look down on people with addictions and all that stuff, and people don't realize what addiction does to people. Like it really turns them into different people, but there's still that person deep down. You know what I mean? It's just they have a problem and they need help. And I've known many people with addiction throughout my whole life, and yeah, it's just there's still those people that you knew. It's just they have an issue and they need to figure it out, and they can't. Some people can't, some people can. It's just the way it goes with addiction.
Well, I had a painkiller addiction after my wife passed.
Yeah.
She was a chronic pain patient. She just got her prescription through when she died, and she what's the crisis that I mentioned earlier?
Opioid.
The opioid crisis. She had a bunch of opioids, so I had those to like keep me company when she died. And
Yeah.
I abused those, and when I couldn't get those anymore, I went to the doctors and made shit up so I could get, you know, whatever equivalent the doctor could give to me. And that went on for a while. And I'd been cutting down for a bit when I had my stroke. So, you know, I had a headache for like 2 years, you know. I knew it was doing real fucking serious harm to me. But also when I got to the point where I was on the weakest possible painkiller I could get, not like paracetamol, but something that at least had a little something in it,
Yeah.
a little codeine. I got to the point where I was having like a really small amount, but I could not. That was where I got stuck. I could not get rid of that small amount. I couldn't turn that small amount into nothing because that was too much. That was too much of a bridge to cross, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, yeah, I understand to a degree.
Yeah. It's you kind of have to have known somebody that's gone through it or been through it yourself to truly understand what it's like. Because from the outside looking in, of someone that's never seen it, they don't get. You know, you're going to explain to somebody that just doesn't get it. But if you've dealt with it or have known somebody that has, it's easier to sympathize than some of these people do. So, but so Ollie, after finding Rue, he does find the bottle of pain pills and he tests the pills for fentanyl, which was positive. Obviously, we knew that was coming. Uh, but the next moment we get Ollie. Well, no, not really. Ollie goes to a meeting and says this is going to be his last meeting first, and then that cuts to Ollie cutting off the barrel of a shotgun, which we'll come back to shortly here. But yeah, I don't know. Rue's death hit me pretty hard. I mean, that shit hit me really fucking hard, actually. Like harder than I ever thought it would, even though I kind of knew it was coming. I wanted Rue to have a happy ending so bad because I love Rue so much in this as a character. But yeah, just deep down, I knew it wasn't going to happen, and that was obviously exactly what Levinson's intention was. So most
Well,
of the
Levinson's
time,
got a lot of hate from people for saying like people like Rue don't survive addiction, and people are saying, well, people can obviously people do survive addiction. You've survived addiction, and he was like, well, he's not saying no one survives addiction, but there's a certain mentality that is just there are certain people who are self-destructive to the point where it's their aim, really.
Yeah.
Even if they don't realize it.
Yeah, I mean, there is happy endings to addiction. I mean, it's not impossible. It does happen, but a lot of the time, addiction does end in tragedy. And we mentioned this last episode, but it's even worse now that fentanyl is in the streets. So it's just making everything worse. But yeah, so I did skip around a bit here, but in between all of this, this was actually prior to Rue's death, but I just wanted to stay with Rue there for a minute. But we get the ambulance transport scene in Mexico where Alamo and Bishop switch the ambulance of fentanyl with another ambulance, which that was actually a wonderful little twist that I did not see coming. Actually, I kind of love this little twist. Like Alamo's evil as fuck, but this twist was great. I love that little Coke bottle moment of realization that little Michael Myers noticed the bottle was gone when he got back in the ambulance. That was just
Yeah,
a fucking scene.
little
Um,
Michael Myers. He got to
yeah,
speak this episode as well. He's been in like
he
4 or 5
did.
episodes. Actually got a couple of lines.
This was the most dialogue he's had since Rob Zombie's Halloween, actually, which
He
is
spoke more as Michael Myers than he did as this character.
he did. He did. It's funny. I've seen Dag in a few things from nothing like crazy. He was in this. He was in Halloween, obviously. He was in a movie called Josie, which has oh my god, Dave, help me out here. What's her name? Fucking the girl that's playing Laura Croft now. Jesus,
Oh yeah.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he was in that as well. Josie's like a movie about she's like a it's kind of like a white trash Lolita that has Dylan
Didn't you
McDermott
make
in
it?
it.
I don't remember. Did you pick that one? I know you've
I did
mentioned
not.
it. Okay. Yeah,
I
it's
really
got
love that movie.
Kurt Fuller is in it, which is always weird to see him pop up.
Yeah, yeah. I love that movie. I might pick that for the podcast one day. It's like I said, it's white trash Lolita with a twist, but I really like it. And Sophie Turner is actually, I think she's really good. Although Sophie Turner should not speak in a Southern accent because she just can't hide her accent underneath it. But I still really liked her. She wears a Rob Zombie shirt throughout the whole movie, which probably why I think she's so hot in it. But yeah, I'll save my Josie love when I pick it for the podcast. You'll see.
Wait,
But
You
the
gotta feel
Rob
bad
Zombie
for.
shirt, and not the fact that she's a statuesque red. I think she's blonde in that, but
she's blonde.
yeah. Let's. I mean, dude,
Well, she's
your
a blonde
fetish is a
headed.
little too fucking weird, even for me, man.
she's a blonde headed like rocker chick with blonde hair and fucking wearing a Rob Zombie shirt. It's like what the fuck? It just might look. My dick can only take so much abuse here. It is what it is. But one day I'll pick
Poor
Josie.
Dave though. Like Sophie Turner is just like pure Dave bait, and yet she's so awful that Dave can't watch any of her films. It's really sad. Why couldn't she just be a good actress as well, and then Dave could
It hasn't
enjoy her
stopped
more?
me though. I know. I cry, but it hasn't stopped me.
Okay.
I don't think she's that bad of an actress, to be honest with you. Like
Points at the X-Men movie. Shut the fuck up. Or even her turn on Game of Thrones. She is so painful. She does look fantastic, though.
I
I
didn't watch
watched.
Game of Thrones, so I don't know. But
I've just finished the first season of True Blood because I just like to have some background TV. I haven't seen that for ages. That can go on, and I've just reached a point where your other wife arrives. Your wife who does Dungeons and Dragons.
And that's why we need to do True Blood. And not all episodes, just episodes she's in, because I don't give a fuck about Anne Hathaway. But yeah, Deborah Ann Wall is also fantastic. I can't believe you guys have baited me into talking so much with redheads. Fuck you guys. Stop manipulating me like this, you bitches.
You're too easy, Dave.
you are. We know your fetishes, Dave. It's like that's like knowing my fetishes. It's like it's just too easy. It's just too
Your
fucking easy.
fetishes are everything. Does it breathe?
You're lucky this is
It's
just
a fetish.
audio.
It's true.
If we did this
I
on video,
am.
I'd just turn up with a
There's
red
so
wig
much
every time I
drool
wanted my
right
film
now.
to
There's
win.
just-
Just twirling it around with my fingers. It's like,
There's so
Dave.
much drool on my desk right now. Stop. Talk about Euphoria.
Do you like the hair red all over, Dave? I'm sorry. I'll
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I won't.
It
I
means
won't go
all
into.
over though, like a yeti, like a
Like a
Yeah.
Yeti. If she's not, if it's not like, I'm talking Robin Williams sweater back, okay?
Dave just wants to floss his teeth with those red pews. That's what he wants to do. But all right, fuck. I won't. I won't make Dave have an erection anymore through this podcast. Sorry, Dave.
Got such a
Okay,
mental
so
image there. Such a strong mental image. You're very impressive, Dave. Well, my mental images, anyway. I don't know about the reality, but
This has
what I
just
saw,
been the
what I
most
saw
Monday of
was just
Mondays.
yeah. We're gonna have fun talking about Tales from the Crypt. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna get disgusting. If there are any
so
redheads in it.
I hope there is. I barely remember any episode from Tales from the Crypt besides that fucking Santa one. So I'm actually looking forward to watching that again. It's been many years. So. But so back to the border scene, which that border scene was actually fucking intense. I mean, so after the border scene, we get the raid of Lori's house where Lori hangs herself because she doesn't want to go back to prison. Or I don't know, even know if she's ever been in prison, but she doesn't want to go to prison. But yeah, that
No.
hanging scene was pretty fucking brutal. Um, and then the other two guys get arrested, and then Faye and Wayne get away on a horse, never to be
Yeah.
seen again throughout this episode. So nobody really gets a happy ending except for Faye and the Nazi in this episode. So yes, there is characters that have happy endings in this movie, and it's Faye and her Nazi lover that gave her a swastika tramp stamp. So that is the people that get their happy ending in Euphoria.
I
Which
consider that to be an unforgivable loose end. I'm sorry. That needed to be stopped somewhere, that storyline. There needed to be closure there for me. Just because of what it was. It was just this moron being led astray by a Nazi piece. I needed to see all the Nazis die. I didn't see any Nazis die.
not a single Nazi died. I don't even know if Lori was a Nazi. I just think she hung out with them. But she's the only. If she was a Nazi, she's the only one that did die because the other ones didn't. I thought the one dude was gonna go fucking firing, like as they were raiding the
He was
house.
a
But he did
pussy.
not. Yeah, he didn't do it.
No.
I did love when the one dude kept looking at his three-legged dog, and that dog kept looking up. But that thing was adorable. That
Aw,
little,
yeah.
I want that dog so bad because that dog don't know his owner's a Nazi. He just loves his owner. He doesn't know that he's a
Yeah.
fucking white supremacist piece of shit. It's not his fault.
He's probably
But
got Nazi shaped dog treats, but the dog doesn't know what they are. They're just
I just want the dog treats.
yeah.
But no, I do agree. I'm like I couldn't believe they actually left the Faye and Wayne story wide open for them to have a happy ending together. Like the last thing we see is her hitchhiking, and then Wayne cocking his gun behind the bush and then running up to the car, and then that's it. You don't see them anymore after that episode. So we don't know if they got away, if they killed the people inside the fucking car. We'll never know. We'll never, unless they do a Faye and Wayne spinoff. So maybe one day we'll see, but who knows? So we wrap up the Cassie and Maddie storyline here. This is like actually the right after the open, but the little diner scene here just proves that Maddie never really had any ill intentions towards Cassie, which surprised me because I kept throwing out fucking things that Maddie was planning some revenge, and she really wasn't. These two just truly loved each other still, and that's it. I mean, that's it. Like I could have sworn up and down Maddie was planning a revenge, and nope, that's not the case. They still genuinely loved each other as friends. That little the perfect little cap off to this little scene was, Cassie getting on the other side of the booth and Cassie putting her head on Maddie's shoulder and Maddie just giving her that little kiss on her head. That was like the perfect little
Yeah.
cap. Yeah, it was like, damn, these two actually do love each other still. The whole Nate thing, it was just a little hiccup in their friendship, but they do love each other. I kind of happy that they were still friends. I
Well,
am.
the hiccup is gone. The hiccup's not coming back.
Yeah, the hiccup is dead. Lexi does not know this, but the fucking Lexi just thinks that Nate ran off. But yeah, so yeah, the hiccup is out of the picture, so they can be friends again. But speaking of the hiccup, Cassie moves back into Nate's house, that gaudy ass, ugly house with yellow walls and that horrible carpet. But they're planning to start an OnlyFans business in this house with the girls. But Maddie is still working for Alamo at the moment. And Cassie wants Lexi to help with her business, but Lexi just doesn't want any part of this. She doesn't. And Lexi will never be part of this. I don't think she dislikes her. I think she loves her sister, but at the same time, I think she has a disdain for Cassie as well. But I do think she still loves her sister because it's her sister. It's just she
Yeah.
has a small disdain for her sometimes as well. She has a disdain for what she does. Let me put it that way.
And
But
when Cassie says things like "There's a new Bible," she's like a bit like, Jesus Christ, I need better people to talk to.
you know what's funny about that scene? I noticed it because I watched it twice. But the fucking they're talking about there's a new Bible and she's holding a fucking dildo in her hand. She has a rubber cock in her hand,
Yeah.
swinging back and forth, just randomly talking about it. It's like it's a little funny moment that's just I caught. I just thought it was funny.
Whilst
But
Lexi's like umpiring all of her grief and guilt and regret, as Cassie's just waving this rubber cock around and
yeah. Oh yeah, and we get the Bible talk here with Lexi actually starting to read the Bible and how she's starting to understand it, and then we do get the final scene with Lexi and Cassie. You get the Bible conversation, like I just said, and then Cassie kind of slowly realizing that she truly has nothing now. I mean, she's back in Nate's house, and the panning of the camera back to the outside of the house, and Cassie just kind of sitting there crying on the bed alone, to the realization that she just has nothing. It was actually kind of heartbreaking. Her ending was actually kind of she didn't have she didn't have a sad ending. She lived throughout the series, the episode obviously, but just that little realization that she's all alone now, and it's just like, yep, that's it. This is Cassie's life now. This is who she is, and this is who she's gonna be. But again, I'm gonna praise Sweeney. I think Sweeney fucking rocked it this season. She was great this season as Cassie. A lot of it was truly the Cassie show, and I'm happy she got to shine this season because really
yeah,
good performance from Sydney Sweeney.
I think she's the MVP for me. I mean,
Yeah,
Coleman Domingo started catching up after this episode, and Bishop was so fun. But yeah, I'm giving it to Sydney Sweeney. She's just been excellent, and they played to all of her strengths, so that helps.
they did. They really did. I think Levinson knows Sweeney's strengths, and he played into him perfectly. He just tapped into it, and he got a fucking great performance from her this season. Really good.
Yeah,
So Maddie gets picked up by Bishop and his little Bichon Frise snowflake, who is a boy. He wanted to make sure that the boy, that dog is fucking adorable. But
yeah.
it was this conversation that I knew Bishop cared for Maddie. And I love their little exchange in the car. Like I think you know what's crazy is I felt romantic chemistry between Bishop and Maddie. I felt it there. Like I feel like there was something in between those two, and it probably was just me projecting these two together because I love them both. But I feel like Bishop's a sweetheart at fucking at his core. He likes to come off as he's like vicious, but
Well, he
I think
cracked a smile.
he did. I've
That's
never
the
seen him
only
smile.
change. That's not even smile. We haven't seen him change his facial expression at all for the
No,
entire
nothing.
season, but she made him smile.
Yeah, it was a great scene. Him and Maddie they have very few scenes together, but they have great chemistry together. And I love that little conversation in the car about his dog Snowflake, and just it was adorable.
The first time they meet was Alamo talking about, I feel like people are trying to fuck me over. Everyone's trying to fuck me
Uh
over.
huh.
And Bishop says, I think a lot of people are trying to fuck you over, but I don't think you have to worry about Maddie.
Yeah, I
Straight
don't.
away, he's got a good vibe about her,
Yeah, because I don't think Maddie Perez is one of them. So yeah, the way he says it is like perfect. He uses her last name and everything. Bishop is a fucking great character, and I'll get to him more shortly. But yeah, he is such a good character.
I mean, it could be that, like, I feel like maybe Maddie has played him a little bit, and every time she's spoken to him, she's been friendly in the right ways, and he's got it. Maybe she got him kind of smitten in the hopes that he might be a secret weapon. He might help her. He might get her out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really seen their relationship over the previous few months, but if he was always the one to go and pick her up, he could have been working on it. She could have been working on him for a little while.
Yeah, because I think it skips months into the future after Rue's death. I think this is like a few months into the future, actually, that this has been
Yeah.
going on. Because they mentioned Rue's funeral and all that stuff, so I figured this got to be months into the future now.
And good on Leveson for skipping the funeral because that it's just it would just be an excuse for just histrionic bullshit that we don't really. It's not of interest. It's such a like lazy dramatic thing to go for the funeral. I think.
Yeah, we didn't need the funeral. I mean, we already got like the Nate and Cassie wedding where everybody came back. We didn't need the Bruce funeral. We just
No.
it's good that it just kind of skipped over it.
They probably didn't do it because they'd have to get the whole cast together, and that wasn't happening. But I was just glad not to have to sit through a funeral.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So here we get to the final scenes of this episode, which probably one of my favorite scenes of the entire series. Actually, the strip club shootout with Ali in his military getup, just like an old school Western saloon shootout. This was
He goes
so
full
fucking good.
Rolling Thunder.
Oh my god, dude! That it's funny you mentioned Rolling Thunder. That's the first fucking thing I thought about. I'm like, this is some Rolling Thunder shit right now, and I love this because Rolling Thunder is one of my favorite fucking '70s movies, and that was the first thing I thought about. And it's funny that you mentioned that because yes, that was Rolling Thunder, through and through. But now we see why Ali was cutting off the barrel of his shotgun for some straight up Rue revenge, baby. This is what he was doing, and yeah, good God, I fucking love this scene. Between all the close-up tracking shots of Kitty's new BBL, I mean that was just hilarious. Just the camera just following Kitty's just huge fake BBL ass is just so good. Kitty is fucking absolutely adorable. That girl is just so cute. But Ali shooting G in the dick, such a good fucking scene. Just Ollie just blowing back into the stage and all the money going up after he fucking lands. That was a fucking just brutal. And then the one thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed it, but when Ali like pulls out the shotgun and cocks it and puts it up to G's dick, and you see the stripper cover the Bichon Frise's eyes and then put it back to the so adorable. That dog is so cute. But yeah, so that
The girls
so
are always really sweet in the club. Like they never make any of them out to be nasty people or, you know, shitty people. They're always made out to be like quite nice, sweet girls who are in a bad situation. So they are going to like put the Bichon Freeze away so he doesn't have to witness a murder. They are going to do
yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I laughed so hard when she covered his eyes, and it's not a funny moment, but that was such a cute little moment when she put his hands over the eyes. It was just funny as hell. But yeah, I kind of love, I love that fucking Levinson actually portrays the strippers as just humans, and I love the portrayal of the girls in this, and all the actresses were fucking solid too. Every single one of them, Rosalia, uh, Kitty, and what's her name? Like skipping her name right now. What the hell was her name? Angel. Just all the portrayals of these girls were amazing. Really, really good actresses they got for these parts.
Yeah, Angel
But
was great in like a one episode. The actress was really fucking good.
hmm But I love that final Western draw showdown between Ollie and Alamo with that champagne bottle. That was tense as fuck. Just amazing. I knew Alamo was gonna be a piece of shit and cheat because
Yeah.
Ali, that's not Ali. Ali would have fucking waited until that champagne bottle broke and Alamo's just not because he's an evil piece of shit and Ali is not. So, but finding out that Bishop took out Alamo's bullets to save Maddie and Ali was just the perfect chef's kiss to the ending of Alamo. That brutal ass takedown with that shotgun and Ali just completely covered in Alamo's blood after that fucking last shot to the head and the blood splatters all over him. God, that was a good scene. Just
That first shot was so squibby. Like no CGI there, just pure like probably some meat from the butchers and a squib and just beautiful shit. I miss that kind of shit.
Me too. The last time I saw something like that was like Django Unchained. The fucking the squibs just fucking going everywhere. That's what that kind of reminded me of. And then you get Alamo like on the floor every time he breathes, and you see like the hole in his chest is kind of pumping out blood. It was a
Yeah,
brutal ass scene, just fucking brutal. But couldn't have happened to a nicer person, right? Just perfect.
absolutely.
But yeah, it's just I love that Bishop kind of just Ollie and Bishop just kind of saved Maddie from the realization that she doesn't have to live that white picket fence American dream with Alamo now, which was actually just fucking God. When he was talking to her about that, I'm like, just Maddie, get away from him. Do it.
Yeah.
Don't like just get away, Maddie. You're so much better than this. You don't need this, and just run. How he wants to make babies with her. I'm like, ugh, stay
Well,
away,
people have
Maddie.
been talking about, like, we still don't really know who, God damn it, name's going, Bishop, who Bishop is or what he's about. But a lot of people have been suggesting that because Alamo likes to collect people who owe him debts, there's a lot of that, There's Rue's working because she owed someone money, and then she got traded on, and then the girls all owe him money, and then uh, everyone owes Alamo, and that's why they work with him. So maybe Bishop owned Alamo and didn't have a choice, and then was
Yeah.
waiting for his chance, for his opportunity to like take him out, take over, and that was it. It all just came together.
I was kind of hoping we'd get a Bishop backstory in this, just like just a brief one, but we didn't get that. But I would have loved to seen what his backstory actually was. But he could have owned, like, there could have been a debt to Alamo that we just didn't know about. We'll never know, but I'd be curious to see what that was. If Levinson had anything in mind at all, or he just wanted to keep him as a mysterious character, which probably is the reason. But I'd be curious. But one thing I did love in this whole little shootout thing, I loved Kitty in this scene too. Her poking her head up every single time she was asked a question, like a little stripper groundhog. It was just adorable. Just adorable. Like she would every time someone like Alamo would ask her a question, she would like poke her head up. Yes, just poke her head up, and then it would slowly go back down like a fucking groundhog in the dirt. It was hilarious. But that actress is, like I said, is adorable, and I think I mentioned this before, but she is the sister of the girl from Tell Me Lies, and they look identical. So both of them are great. But yeah, that shootout was incredible. Just old vintage, just Western saloon style shootout with the little doors that open, and just it was perfect. Just a perfect cap off to this episode. But that's not the end of the episode just yet, because the episode ends, though the whole fucking show ends with Ollie going to the little Quaker family's house to tell them that Rue passed away. And I knew we'd get them eventually. I just didn't know how. Like, my first guess was Rue was just going to go back to live with them, which obviously I was way wrong there. But I'm happy to actually see this little family back. And it ends with Ollie sitting at the dinner table with them and seeing Rue, just not as a ghost, but just has like a little. He's just seeing Rue at the end of the dinner table, and
Mm.
that's it. I mean, that's it. The camera cuts outside and just kind of hovers over the house with the American flag, and then the credits roll, and that's the end of the episode. I did skip one thing though, because we mentioned this earlier. Jules does have one scene in this episode, one dialogueless scene of her painting a picture of Rue, and the guy from True Blood coming over and kissing her on the head, and that is Jules' scene in this episode, and that's it. There is no more Jules, so she didn't have much of a character in this season. So there
No.
wasn't really much to say about Jules, which is why I kind of kept her out of my notes. Not that I don't love Jules, it's just she didn't have much of a character. She was a sugar baby. She lived in the apartment of Sam from True Blood, and that was it. And she liked to paint. That was the episode. That was Jules throughout this whole season. So
We're just waiting for the gossip, basically, because
pretty much.
she's fallen out with Levinson. They don't like each other. I guess eventually we'll find out what happened.
What I was going to
I'm
ask you,
going to suggest that it will be Levinson that's been the dickhead out of the pair of them.
we'll see. I am curious myself. She was at the end of the episode because they had another making of at the end of this episode, and she did show up at the end of it. So who knows what happened, but her character was non-existent this season. So,
Yeah.
but I did want to ask you, Craig, did you like the way Euphoria ended? Like, was this the perfect ending for you, or did you want more? I'm curious.
I think there is. I think there is more. I don't like to. I always said I like to be shown everything, but I'd like to get a bit more of how Maddie and Cassie continued on together. I would like to have seen that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I was happy. I mean, to say I was happy with Rue's end is happy's not the right word because I just thought
Yeah.
it was a fucker. It was just sad as fuck. But mostly, I tell you what. I tell you what I did need, and I really annoyed if it didn't happen. And this is. I've talked about the plot holes. I like everything that is there. I just don't like the stuff that isn't there. Because, like as we said, Faye and her Nazi boyfriend don't end it like that with them out on the loose and getting away. Just
Mhm.
they're not some like Romeo and Juliet couple on the run. They're not like a Bonnie and Clyde. We're not. There's certainly no love for the boyfriend. So we just finish it off somewhere. I hate, like I said from the last episode, I hate that his the whole storyline with his the Armenian mafia, I think it is, like it.
Yeah.
He owed money. Well, she'd still owe that money, and that's never. I never get into that at all. What happened with the heavy? He didn't come back for revenge, which bugged me because they very clearly like signposted it, and then did nothing with it. But the
Yeah.
one that really annoyed me was Jules's character because there's an opportunity for a moment there that Levinson doesn't grab. There's there's a chance for her to say, "I don't want to be this anymore," and for Rue's death to at least like push her in the right direction, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't get why, as a writer, you wouldn't want her to grab that because otherwise, Rue's death doesn't have a lot of. There's no real. It doesn't really affect anyone. They're sad
Yeah.
about it, but it doesn't really affect anyone apart from okay, it affects Ali, due to, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have enough of an effect. And I wanted Jules to say, you know what, she was right. I do want to wake up next to someone who loves me rather than someone who's like paying my rent, and she didn't. And I think her not doing that is again her not getting on with Levinson because you'd give you'd give that character a better ending unless maybe you weren't getting on with the actress. So I like what was there. There was just stuff not there that should have been.
Yeah. No,
But
I fully agree. Like there's things like I wanted to see something happen with Faye and Wayne because I don't think those two should have a happy ending together, especially Wayne. But maybe Faye, like maybe Faye gets away or something. But I kind of wish we got something, just a little something with them. And the one thing I do wish you would have gotten was some kind of like. I mean, we got Jules crying in her painting Rue, but I'd have liked to have seen something else with the group, with the core group showing some kind of emotion towards Rue's death. I know it was months after and all that stuff, but
yeah,
it would have been nice to see a scene like right after of them just finding out and realizing what happened. Just to, even if it was like a 5 minute scene, just something like that.
yeah.
But
At the if not at the funeral, at the wake, I mean,
yeah,
it seems odd to me you wouldn't have. That would be a perfect scene to play out in Euphoria. The
yeah,
wake, and I guess it was just really, really hard or awkward to get everyone together. It just wasn't happening. I think he really had to like piece together lots of, you know, lots of scenes, separate scenes, just to. I assume there are like scenes where characters talk to each other and they weren't even there on the same day.
oh, I can fully believe that because that like most of the core cast didn't even really have scenes together. I mean, like Rue and I know Rue and Sydney Sweeney or Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney don't get along, but they were never on screen together, not once. Trying to
Yeah,
think
makes
of
sense.
they were never on screen together. Jules and I don't think Jules and Cassie ever had a scene. Oh, although Jules and Cassie never really had scenes together. They were just kind of they weren't like the friends of the thing, but yeah, it's just you can tell that Levinson had to kind of put them in different directions, but kind of had to make it work in his own little way, which is why he had to create other stories with Alamo and all that stuff. So it really I thought the finale was great. It worked for me. I thought it worked perfectly well, and I thought Levinson really fucking rocked the finale. Like just It's beautifully shot. This whole season was beautifully shot. Like Levinson as a filmmaker he took a huge step forward. It's really good. Like this whole season, I can't compliment the cinematography and the direction enough. It's really good. But
I mean, I don't know if it was his decision or the cinematographers, but they had a whole type of, and I think Dave will probably know more about this, a whole type of obsolete film, like remade. Like they made this film that had been obsolete and not used for a good while to get a certain cinematic look. And
yeah,
It's Kodak Echichrom 35 millimeter. They discontinued it, I think, in 2012. They might have actually
okay.
reopened the factory to manufacture just for the show. I
Yeah,
know
I
that
think
they
that's what I
didn't.
read somewhere. They
Yeah,
they manufactured it.
they might have. Season 3, they actually used a different film stock. Or no, they renamed it as I know it. Give me a second. Verita 200D, I think, which is what they call the new film stock for digital post production flow they made for Euphoria.
huh?
Don't ask me why I know this shit. I just do.
Well, that's what you're for, Dave.
Yeah, well, it's funny because this whole season looks like it was shot on film. It obviously wasn't shot on film, but it looks like it was shot on film. Like it could have easily passed as film. It just didn't have like the crackles in the film and the that kind of stuff. But it looked like an entire season shot on 70s film stock. It was really good. It looked amazing this season. Incredible. So probably some of the best looking television I've seen in a very long time.
Every title card has been perfect.
Oh yeah, just art. Every fucking title card has been art. Just I know.
How did you feel by the end with having Hans Zimmer instead of Labyrinth? Because there are people who said what the finale was missing was Labyrinth.
To be honest with you, I'm not gonna like. I love Labyrinth season 1 and 2. Fit perfectly with the high school setting. I don't think Labyrinth would have fit with season 3. I just maybe because I'm just so used to the Hans Zimmer score in season 3. But I don't know. I think Zimmer's score was fantastic, and I just
Oh, there
think
have been
it
some
fit.
absolutely beautiful pieces.
Oh, amazing! And I think it fit beautifully with the tone of this season. I don't know if Labyrinth would have fit with this season, to be totally honest with you, which is probably why it wasn't included in it. So I know him and HBO had like a falling out, so
Yeah,
I don't know what happened in between there, but I know Labyrinth didn't create. He did create some music for this, and then he refused to put it in after the falling out with HBO. So I don't know, but Hans Zimmer's score was brilliant. Probably some of Zimmer's best stuff in a while. I thought it was really good.
yes, it's been really really good. I didn't feel it was missing Labyrinth, but I can see how it's just gonna work better with some people because they're just gonna be more they're gonna just prefer that style of music and they're gonna be more acclimatized to it from the first couple of seasons.
Yeah,
And some people are gonna are like you will have watched the first 2 seasons 100,000 times and are now watching this for the first time, so it might be jarring. Whereas for me, I've only watched I've watched them all very recently, so it didn't seem too jarring to me.
I'll tell you a quick secret. I watched 4 episodes of season 1 today at work. So yes, I did.
That does not surprise me. There's really nothing better to follow on this finale than the first episode of season one.
Well, I wanted to go back and kind of see if there's any like any hints of what's to come in season 3. I mean, there kind of is a little bit here and there, but I kind of got through 4 episodes just because I needed a fix after watching the finale, knowing it's never coming back again. So I
Yeah.
I do kind of want Levinson to go make another movie one day just to see what he does after. I want to see what he does after HBO. Like he did The Idol, which I seem to be the only person on earth that loves. I fucking love The Idol. But he for what else did he do? He did Assassination Nation. He did his first movie. What the hell was that first movie called that he did? I can't remember. Another Happy Day, something like that. That was good. He did I really liked Malcolm and Marie, the COVID movie that he made. I know a lot of people don't like that one either, but I thought Zendaya was fantastic in that. But yeah, I want to see him make another movie. That's what I want to see. I want to see another Sam Levinson movie in the vein of Assassination Nation. So we'll see. We'll see what he does after his Euphoria run. I'm curious because his filmmaking chops have gotten significantly better. Like season 3, like I said, was incredible, and I'm curious to see what he does after this.
He's like enormously flawed to me, and yet I enjoy his stuff. I don't know why I'm able to shrug off so much stuff that could really like turn me off and be like a big no. But I don't know. For some reason, I'm able to put stuff to one side. Maybe because he casts his films very well, and he gets the best cinematographers, and they just look fantastic. And he's just I don't know. He marries sound and image together so well that they're almost just like long glossy pop videos, and I guess that's how I enjoy them.
Same. The thing is with me, I've said this before. I feel like he writes tailor made for my sensibilities of what I love, like hardcore. I mean, sex work and strippers and just everything that I love in cinema. He fucking puts in Euphoria. So I'm like, I feel like Levinson and I just have this cinema connection. I don't know the man personally or have ever met him ever. Um, but yeah, I feel like he gets what I like in cinema and in film and in TV, and I don't know. I think that's why I have this connection to his stuff. So maybe that's just me though. That's just me personally of what I like. So
Well, now that whatever else he makes, you might not be alone if you bring it to the show. You might have me on your side. You might not, because I know he could gravely disappoint me as well. But we're going to see, aren't we? Because I
we'll
know
see
if
when
he
he
does
gets.
make any more films, we will be watching them.
We do, and if you ever want to do mini-sodes of The Idol, just hit a brother up. I'm here. I'm here. We can talk about The Idol.
Not that broken. There's about 50,000 options first. But maybe when we're both like in our 80s and we're in our little retirement homes, me and you will talk about the Idol.
If you want to see The Weeknd tell Johnny Depp's daughter to stretch that little pussy, then you'll know because that's what he
You see,
does in The Idol.
I definitely want to see it even less now. You really like. You should. You don't try to market that movie because it's not working.
That is a line of dialogue in that show, and The Weeknd says it just how you would think The Weeknd would say it in that very low tone voice. Just stretch that pussy for me. So that's how he says it. That's how he says it.
The guy isn't. The guy's a good musician and performer already. Don't like. You don't have to be an actor as well. You're bad at it. Please stop.
I've watched The Idol more times than I can count because it's a short show. It's like 5 episodes, but I've watched that show a lot. But I also really like The Weeknd as an actor, so I may be alone there. I really love Hurry Up Tomorrow. Hopefully, we can discuss that on the podcast one day. It'll make Kevin cry, and probably Dave. Dave, you've probably seen it already, or haven't you not? I don't know if you've seen that, but
You loved it so much, I did. I've been keeping it
yes.
to myself because I know you'll make me watch it, and I'll make you cry then for
Okay,
revenge.
okay, yeah. Just save your thoughts because I'll pick that eventually. I love that movie though.
We
But
know we're watching that. We know we're watching The Moment. We know all the things that we're going to watch. Our lives have been pretty much planned out in front of us for many years.
it has. Oh, the moment's coming soon. I mean, fuck it. That's got Charlie SCX in there. Fuck.
My Friday nights are. I know what's happening on my Friday nights now. I'm an old man, and I'm just getting on the internet and talking about sex movies.
It's true. That's because you're friends with me. You just have to. You just have
It's
to
true.
accept
Sex
it.
movies
True.
about children. Be clear, Craig. Oh God.
Not all of them.
Most of them.
Not children. Fucking teenagers here. Like we're talking like, and they're teens played by adults. So I don't pick like
Yeah, I
fucking.
mean, I'm not saying that I'm making a joke to,
Yes,
make
I
you
know.
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
bad, you old pervert.
I know. I know. I know. Now maybe Larry Clark's movies are fucking dodging that line of how old they were. But we've covered Larry Clark's entire filmography already, so I don't need to go down that road
Oh,
again.
that's good to know. That is good to know. I mean, I'll roll the dice with some Harmony Korine, but Larry Clark, man. After those first two films, he's just I can't with him.
Harmony
And those
Korine's
first two
in
films are so good.
Harmony Korine's in a weird filmmaking mode right now where he's making like those POV fucking movies like that. What was that called? Baby Invasion, which is
Yeah.
very strange. It was a very strange movie, and I actually loved the aggro drift, which again I want to pick that for the podcast, but it's gonna hurt some people. But I really like that Travis Scott assassin movie that he did. That's all fucking thermo. It's just it's kind of hard on the eyes at the beginning, but you kind of get used to it. It's short too, so. But
I bet it's not just. It doesn't just hurt the eyes. I'm sure it hurts the ears and the soul as well.
oh, you'll see
Oh,
one.
maybe I'll love it. Yeah, I will. I will see. I will see.
You'll see. You'll see.
So come
But
on.
yeah, that's it for Euphoria. We are done.
Third,
It is over.
Out of 10.
Out of 10 out of the whole, you mean out of the whole show? Like, what would I rate the
No,
whole?
third season. Just the third season.
Oh, third season, 9.
Okay, you held back there, and I appreciate it. I'll go a 7. I'd say it probably averages out at a 7.
So I
I
try not to
prefer.
rate anything a 10 because realistically, there's nothing perfect out there. Even my all time favorite movies, not everything's perfect. So I try not to do 10 out of 10s because it's just ridiculous. So
I think some things are perfect. Tremors is perfect.
I
RoboCop's
mean,
perfect.
yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't seen Tremors or RoboCop in many years, so I don't know. But I mean, Tremors is fun. I don't know if I consider it perfect, but it's fun.
It is perfect, Tyler.
I mean, it's got Kevin Bacon.
Anyway,
So
we've been on so many tangents on these episodes. we need to stop now. I need to go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, we
So
do.
I've very much enjoyed our private time, Tyler. It's
I have.
been great. It's been great fun.
It's been wonderful, and it really has. I love talking Euphoria with you, Craig, and
Oh,
I'll
we'll do it
continue to.
again sometime.
We will. I mean, we'll be talking movies on Friday. There'll be 2 other people here. Well, one other person, Dave's here, but Kevin will be here with us talking Rocky and then
Yeah.
Resurrection. So
And if
yeah,
at any time I work out how to do what Dave does, then we'll just watch Euphoria seasons 1 and 2.
we will.
Yeah.
And I'm down for it.
Woo! All right then. Do you want to give them the business, T?
I would love to. We're on Instagram, Raiders_of_the_podcast. We're on Facebook, where I sometimes remember to post stuff on Wednesday. We have a YouTube channel where you can like, subscribe, and watch Kevin's awesome videos. We have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
Yay! And you should do that. You should email us on the email address that Tyler just mentioned, and say if there's anything else that you would like us to cover on our minisodes. I think with the minisodes, we're going to go for TV series that perhaps generally aren't too long. We're not going to go for like 13 episodes a season, 6 seasons. We want, if you can suggest something that maybe just 1 season of, or a couple of seasons of something a bit obscure. Let us know, and we'll see if we can fit it in.
If you get an email from a guy named Skylar Bosley saying to watch The Idol, that is not me. That is that is just somebody I don't know.
Okay, I trust you.
Just trust me, it is not me.
If I won't do it for you, I'm not doing it for Skylar Bosley.
No,
Skylar
Skylar Bosley. He also loves he loves Sam Levinson as well. He's just he's a nice dude. He's just gonna constantly just bombard us with Idol emails, but it's not me. I promise.
Okay, I'll trust you. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy our Euphoria episodes, and I'll see you next week, team.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.